What is going on, everybody? Movie review here, and happy Halloween. So let's try and get some Halloween movies this year. Let's get some spooky movies going. I got my atmospheric lighting. So we're going to start off with what I believe every October should start with, and that's Trick or Treat. If you don't know what Trick or Treat is, it's a horror anthology movie in the same vein of something like Tales from the Crypt, Twilight Zone, Tales from the Dark Side. It's in that same vein. Now it's slightly different because all of these stories actually do end up converging together and connecting in some way or another. So let's go ahead and break down what each of the stories are in this movie. So the first story we have is a bunch of chicks just trying to get laid. Yeah, I can't go into much more detail without spoiling it, so I'm going to leave it there because I think that's intriguing enough to watch. One of the other stories we have is a serial killer. We got a bunch of kids looking for dead children, and then we got some grumpy John Carpenter looking dude who hates Halloween, which, going back to the whole like paying homage to those other anthology horror series, story with the dick old man is almost identical to an episode of Tales from the Dark Side. There's a very similar episode on that show with a grouchy old man who doesn't like Halloween, who gets his comeuppance for, not liking Halloween and not respecting the holiday. Yeah, so that's pretty much the basic gist of it. What I really like about it is that it is a dark comedy. It doesn't take itself too seriously. I mean, it's definitely there to spook you and scare you and maybe even disturb you a bit, but I don't know, it's like exemplifies the holiday perfectly. There's zombies and vampires and werewolves and ghosts and ghouls and goblins and every sort of spooky thing. You could take any still image from this movie, put it on screen, and you would know that's a Halloween movie. Anyways, I would go more into detail on the plots, but I feel like if I do that, it gives away so much about the movie, because there are constant little twists and turns here and aha moments, so I don't want to go into too much detail. So I'm going to kind of leave it there for the plot and the characters, because I would like everyone to go in with a very open mind. That's another thing I love about this movie. I mean, this was made 2007, I want to say. But for a movie from 2007, you'd expect it to have really shitty CGI and really bad early CG, but it doesn't. It actually sticks mostly to practical effects, which has been kind of a staple of Michael Dougherty movies. I believe that's how you say his name. He also did Krampus, which was a very practical effect heavy horror movie. So that's another thing about the movie I love. Aside from just the set design and the overall production of it, I do love how they stick to mostly practical effects. I couldn't actually point out any CG in the movie. That's really cool and really commendable. Yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for this one. I know it's hard to talk about it without spoiling it, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Hopefully I've piqued your interest enough and maybe showed a few clips here or there that I can get away with to make you want to watch it. I start with Trick or Treat and I end with Halloween. It's just it's become a tradition for the past couple of years. Alright, I'm gonna leave it at that, I suppose. And until next time, see you later.